going on, boys and girls? Welcome to the show. Jeff Finch, Misty Doza, Levi. What's going on, big dog? Jamie, what's the first live? It has been a while, bud. Josh P. What's going on, boys and girls? Let's get right into it. Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of High Top Sports. It's happy Monday to you. Look, I'm gonna be honest with you. Right now, I got the Iowa versus LSU women's basketball game on right now. This game is incredible. It's obviously the rematch versus last year's championship. I put 50 bones on the Clarkski tonight, money line. So rocking and rolling on that. Looking forward to seeing how that plans out. Quick hot take before we dive into the show here. I believe Caitlin Clark's impact on women's basketball is going to be similar to what Tiger Woods was for my generation in golf. Like, golf's always been like, whatever, but it wasn't cool. It wasn't exciting. Tiger Woods made golf cool, electric, and exciting. And you see this generation is just, it definitely transcended from that, but he definitely put the game on a whole new level. I think Caitlin Clark is going to have that same impact for college basketball, just in the sense that she brings so much excitement to the sport. And to be fair, women's basketball, with Angel Reese and everyone that surrounded it too, it's a great cast and great company. So good stuff there. Fun to watch. I love it. It's been good to watch. It's been fun. Anyways, let's talk about a few things, boys and girls. A few things we didn't address on yesterday's show in regards to some changes to Russ Callaway, which we've heard he's gonna be calling the plays. There was some more information on that, and then also who's gonna be in the presser, and then some technology upgrade, which I remember reading about it. Didn't talk about it as much as I wanted to because I like it. I think it's great. The changes they are making. Harrison says a lot of missed tackles in the real Gators football. Bro, Harrison, I was thinking the same thing. There was a clip for anybody that's listening that didn't see it. There was a clip that Florida football posted of just a couple of clips from the scrimmage. And there was a play of Montrell Johnson breaking, no joke, like 7 tackles. And it's like weird because you're like, you love it that Montrell's shredding tackles, but then you're like, hey, that's our guys missing tackles. Bro, I literally thought the same thing, but we're gonna pump it up. We're gonna be positive here. So I'm not gonna be, whatever, but we'll see. Debbie says first time catching live at the start. Love High Top. Well, thank you, Debbie. Love you too. SBEX says Tiger Woods completely changed golf. Player never made that kind of money they make now before Tiger. That's what I'm saying. Like, he just evolutionized the game in the sense of how people consume it, how we play it, how we carry ourselves. Like, Tiger made a huge difference on that. Cube, what's good, my boy? What's going on, man? Good to see you, boys and girls. Andrew says, sup, fam? Bubba doing well. Won't be back in the great state of Florida until next week. Love these being back, though, next week, man. Love that. So, Russ Callaway, as we know, was promoted and made some calls this past Saturday. Obviously, there's a lot of question. Is he going to get the full reins? Is Billy still going to be, what's going to happen here? It sounds like he did make some calls, and Billy even spoke to, look, I'm trying to groom some people. I still want to be heavily involved. I still want to, make an impact, which we knew was going to happen. And again, we've been saying this, and I think sometimes because, and I've said this before on the show, because I'm constantly pumping up, I'm constantly hyping up Billy, that maybe what I say gets pushed under the radar, and that is what it is. But a lot of people have came out and said, look, your job's on the line, your life's on the line. You were brought in because of your offensive play calling and your recruiting, but you don't give that up when your back's up against the wall. You don't give up your biggest weapon when you've got all the cards against you. A lot of other people have came out and said that. I don't think he's going to fully hand that over. Things go well and we have some progress. I think the goal is to, yes, pass it over to Russ and kind of nurture Callaway into being an extension of him with maybe a little more pizzazz, a little more spice, as they would say. So want to hear more of that. Would love to kind of get a gauge, too, of when Russ is calling the game. They even talked about implementing the playbook. Only 80% of the playbook has been implemented. So, again, not a lot of it has been thrown around. I also was reading some more things about the scrimmage. There was a lot to go over that we couldn't just cover all in one show. Was that a DK was a big target and big threat for Mertz on third down a couple years ago while at Wisconsin. And I felt like that was something that we didn't utilize well enough last year. Pearsall maybe wasn't, coming off the line well enough. I felt like Eugene was always there. We just maybe the connection and the chemistry wasn't there. Felt like 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, we had more success, but not enough of it. And I'm excited to hear that DK can be that security blanket, or what I like to call that pacifier, for Graham Mertz heading into this season. And that's, again, I think I keep comparing him to Ricky. I think he's going to have a bigger impact for Mertz and simply just the comfortability Maybe not the same talent-wise and same explosion as Ricky can produce in big-time plays. I could be wrong. I don't know. But that's my thought on the DK part of it. So, again, that's a lot of things came out. A lot of great things came out from that weekend or this past weekend. So, love that Callaway is getting some calls as well, too. So, that's good stuff. The next big thing, and I love this. I completely forgot to transition my my clip here for Talk Dirty to Me, Russ. That's my bad. Hey, speaking of, here's how I know Russ Callaway can call himself a good playbook, okay? Here's how I know Russ can read the field, all right? Saw a picture of his family on Easter weekend. Russ has no issues, okay? I'm just, you picking on to put him down, all right, boys and girls, okay? It was a family photo, okay? Look at me, okay? Russ got game, boys, okay? And Russ we trust, all right? That's all that I'm saying. I'm going to leave it at that. Read between the lines, boys, okay? Read between the lines, brother, all right? That's all I'm going to say about that. Hey, yo, all right? The next thing is the eyes in the sky. This is something we've talked about a lot last year, like who's in the box, who's looking down below. We got Billy calling from the sideline. How can he see anything? Would love to see Russ go up into the box. I'm going to be honest here. Would love to see this transition of him go up into the presser and be able to look down and see what's happening here, because there is a transition this year where they are now able to communicate, I think 12 seconds, maybe it's 15 seconds, into the players' helmets. I think it's the linebacker and the quarterback. I could be wrong on the exact details, but they're now able to speak into the quarterback's headset for up to, I think, maybe 10 seconds. I don't recall exactly the numbers here. What I like about this is, one, we saw just a lot of miscommunication, a lot of mishaps, and even Billy spoke to this, that the excitement of what it's going to do for the offensive side of things, but also on defense, right? You got to think that the defense, they might have a play, but now with the coach being able to get into the headset a little bit more, that could make that quick play. That's why I would love for Russ to go up top. If he's calling offensive plays and he sees something, he now has the ability to go, hey, cover two. Hey, watch him weak side, right? Let's call a quick slant route. He's wide open here. Let's get the first down. We have that ability now. So I would like to see maybe a possible change in that, because right now, and this is a replacement to last year, there was Jay Bateman and Darnell Stapleton. They were in the box last year. Before I get into the box some more, speaking in the communication line, what I love about this is even more so is for DJ Lagway. I think being able to have somebody kind of in your ear more so than before, being able to kind of walk you through those things, I think it's going to help with the development of DJ Lagway and ramp that process up just a little bit more. So I love hearing that, and I think we'd love to hear some more about it as well, especially going into the spring game, kind of calling it an actual game we're going to be able to see there. Hopefully some more questions come from that, but we'll see how that plays out. But what I love here is replacing Jay Bateman and Darnell Stapleton is Jonathan DeCoster, which is the co-offensive lineman. The co-offensive lineman, which again, just replacing Darnell Stapleton, so nothing really crazy there. But Ron Roberts up there, I absolutely love. Again, what exactly are they doing? I'm sure they're probably speaking, calling things down, but we know what Ron came in to do. He came in to be the babysitter. He came in to be, the mentor for Austin Armstrong. And now you've got your mentor, the guy that you trust blindly and cold-heartedly, who called a defense at Auburn, who's had major success. He's what we want up there. And that's why I think you throw Russ up there, leave Billy down below. You've got a recipe for some nastiness. Now, again, I'm on the outside looking in, so I'm not quite sure how this communication works. What's really going on? What's the transition between the ground level and upstairs? Maybe we've talked about this before. We talked about it during the season. I asked Stephen Harris about this, kind of just that communication, because I think in the NFL, we typically see the OC and the DC up in the box, sending it down below. Not every single time. Everyone's obviously a little bit different, but I think Ron Roberts up there is an absolute cheat code. I really do. We were wondering how he was going to be a factor. Again, I feel like you now have an extension of a DC up there. Jonathan DeCoster, you're like 3 levels removed from the offense. You know what I mean? Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Rob Sale, I know he was considered as a co-offensive coordinator one time. I would like to maybe even see that get a switch. Have Jonathan DeCoster having the coach and the guys down on the football field, but maybe it's because Russ also coaches the tight end room, so maybe that's why he can't go up into the box, because he's responsible for an entire room. Figure out, put Billy in charge of the tight end room on the football field. You know what I mean? I get it. it makes sense. Why have 2 offensive line coaches on the sideline? It's overkill. So that, I guess, the way that rolls out and looks and works, all of that makes sense. But I'm thinking from a perspective of play calling, having more progress. I would love that. Love for Russ to go upstairs. If you guys have a thought or maybe a different look at this, let me know. Muddy says Callaway will be a good offensive coordinator. After the Kentucky game, he had a lot more influence and got the tight ends more involved. We'll see. What's going on? Let's see. Like and subscribe, absolutely. So yeah, look, love that. All great stuff there on the changes to the box, the Jonathan DeCoster and Darnell Stapleton. This would be a question now we know these things. Like, hey, I would love if I'm a beat reporter, if I'm Nick, if one of these guys, if you guys hear this, ask this next question. What is Darnell's role up in the box? Would love to know. Like, what is he looking out for? Who is he calling out to? Who is he speaking to? Because if he's an assistant offensive line coach, right? Thinking of the levels here, and you got that guy up top giving you feedback, giving you, maybe direction of like, hey, this is happening there. I'd imagine he's not the most experienced guy on the team, just given his role. I would want, damn near pretty close to the next best eyes up there, giving me a thought and a take of what they're seeing and what's happening. Maybe that's another reason why, Darnell Stapleton, that situation ended up moving on because of, what happened on the field. I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me. The Jay Bateman, I know he was a linebacker coach. I know he had defensive coordinator experience, so that one still makes a little bit of sense. It's kind of like, again, Ron Roberts, it's the same thing. He is a linebacker coach technically, but we all know what Ron Roberts brings to the table. It's much more than just a linebacker coach. Does Jonathan DeCoster bring that coming from the Cleveland Browns? Maybe. But I think Russ Callaway calling the playbook would be a lot more. So basically, we're back. I mean, TJ Brown, without a shadow of a doubt. Miami by 30. I was thinking about it today, or maybe yesterday, about that game. I swear to goodness, Miami might get clapped by like 2 touchdowns. It's going to be an absolute bloodbath. Miami's an absolute disgrace for a football team. Put Rob Sale in the box. I don't mind that one either, Nathaniel. I don't mind that one either, because somebody who I think we know that he was probably an assistant to helping call those plays. I almost would not respect, but understand his play calling a little bit better, and his experience, at least with Billy and the play calling, better eyes up in the sky than somebody who's their first year here. Now, Ron Roberts in that same boat, but they have chemistry. He has chemistry with Austin and Billy. There's at least some unity there outside of Jonathan DeCoster. Again, I don't get paid the big bucks to make these calls. I'm on the outside looking in. Who knows? Maybe they make some changes. Would love for that question to be brought out about. I think that gets overlooked a little bit. That doesn't get asked enough. Somebody call off the search. We're back. Absolutely. We are definitely back, and I love it. Be sure to smash the like button and subscribe, though, boys and girls. I do appreciate you guys always hopping in, tuning in, and showing your love and support. Now, the last little thing here, you may hate this or love this, but it affects us. It involves our world here on High Top Sports, because we're constantly talking about recruiting and what's happening. And it's weird. I think what's fun is that 247 on 3, these guys, they've created a world that we live in, that we operate in. It's a drama-filled world of talking smack of this person got it wrong. It's a person we love. It's a company we love to hate because they don't give us what we want sometimes. But this was a big one today, and I think in our world, with Wiltfong joining on 3, this is similar, in my opinion, to if a Stephen A. Smith, left ESPN and went to Fox, and when Colin Cowherd left ESPN to go to Fox. Like, it's a big move. You're leaving somebody that you've been a part of for a very long time and are a staple of that company, i.e. Wiltfong with 247, now moving to on 3, and now kind of like looking at this, seeing how Wiltfong was right in those last few articles. 247, in my opinion, takes a very more, this isn't a shot at on 3 by any stretch. I would say more of the old style approach to journalism, where it's very methodical, very thought out. Where on 3 kind of is that new age where it's quick, it's to the point, short, sweet, can be a little clickbaity at times, pushes the envelope a little bit. Whether you hate it or love it, it is what it is. And Wiltfong, I felt like now looking back, it's kind of like, yeah, the writing was on the wall that these things were going to be happening because of how he was kind of pushing out those articles. And look, for day one, he's already on the job. There's multiple Wiltfongs that have been dropped or Filtbongs or whatever they called them, which I thought's fantastic. I mean, we talked about all the time. Once you get, you get Fong bombed is what it was. Excuse me. Once it's Wiltfong, it's almost an absolute lock. And now they have, we always looked at the predictor, right, for 247, but they didn't have really a guy that could kind of drop the bomb. So I think Chad Simmons was supposed to be that guy, but nobody really took Chad Simmons' predictions like we all take Steve Wiltfong's. So this is a big move for On3, I think, in the direction of credibility. Now, here's a big play here, because we all know what today is. It's April Fool's, right? And I got to be honest with you. My ass got tore up today from April Fool's jokes. I was getting dragged. I swear to goodness, dragged by them. You forget. I'm not 12 anymore. Okay, so I just forgot it was, and it's just like there was a Gator one where they were sponsored by Prime, no longer sponsored by Gatorade. That was a good one. There were some good Jaguar ones that got me. A lot of good stuff that got me today, and I believe there could be a massive play here. I know I'm crazy, but my reason for it, and again, because we all know Shannon Terry, who owns On3, started 247. There's got to be a close relationship there. I don't think it's true, but I'm playing into the game a little bit, because there was the other issue is they dropped 19 Wiltfong crystal balls today. Like, I was like, all right, you get the guy and you overkill it in 24 hours. Like, you're already, the reason what made the Wiltfong so special was because it was dropped, and maybe 247 just didn't, and I said this too, didn't market it very well. On3 is going to blow Wiltfong out of the water. I think their marketing, their tactic, the way they approach things could be a little annoying at times, but they do a phenomenal job. Their graphics team and marketing team, they crush it. They're always in your face. I just felt like it was a little overkill, and you're gonna lose the aura of Steve Wiltfong, and the Fong bomb could be just one big massive April Fool's joke. Could be. I doubt it, because I had a whole segment. That'd be one hell of a commitment for an April Fool's joke. But I thought about it, I was like, could possibly happen. Uncle Lou says, hey, good morning, everyone. Uncle Lou, good to see you, man. Hope all's doing well. Why? Better players and better coaches? Oh, he's arguing with people in the chat. Gotta get you on here, Lou. Oh, wait. Hey, so, Lou, I don't pick Florida to win, then I'm just biased. Who did you pick, Lou? He picked Miami? Was that his pick? He's picking Miami? I don't think he's biased. To be honest with you, boys, I know you guys want to hate on Uncle Lou, but I genuinely believe, you catch Uncle Lou, if you ask him, hey, who do you think's going to win this game? He's going to give you his honest thoughts, and he'll be okay if he's wrong with it. Look, a lot of people pick Miami. I mean, what's the score, though, prediction, Uncle Lou? Give me your honest score prediction of that game. But all in all, good stuff there for On3. Congrats to them and Mr. Wiltfong for locking it in and sealing the deal. Getting himself a new gig there. Pretty cool. It's so where we live in, so I thought that was very interesting. Look, don't forget Shannon Terry, he started Rivals, then started 247. We know what's the history of Rivals and what it's become. It's kind of died, kind of went away. Now 247. 247 is much more established. They've got Josh Pate, part of their staff. You don't think about them as 247, but that is their guy. That's kind of their bread and butter. And I think they've done a better job of going more after the entire college landscape, where On3 is way more focused on recruiting. So Brendan says Lou isn't biased, On3 is. Yeah, I agree. I would take a prediction or a crystal ball more seriously from Lou than I would most people. Too early for score predictions. I think it will be close, though. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. It is way too early. Hey, thoughts on Trevor Etienne? We got to get Lou on. Lou, we talked about getting you on here. Maybe we get you on Wednesday to talk about things, because it's kind of slow, and I think this will be a good time to talk about the Trevor Etienne drama, your thoughts on Georgia football right now, on Florida football, the SEC. Maybe we're destined. Maybe this is destiny here. Muddy says Georgia is cheap and affordable to live in at, though. I wish I could live in Florida, but there's a reason it's called the retirement state, or if you have to be rich like Sheldon. Absolutely, Muddy. I want to move to Georgia. I want to retire in Georgia. I love Georgia. It's beautiful. So I'm saying 35-24. I love it. Florida 30, Miami 27. I'm thinking 31-14 Florida. It's going to be an absolute ass whooping. It's going to be a bloodbath. Hey, real quick, though. Women's basketball, who do we got? Iowa, LSU. I got 50 bones. Uncle Lou says Wednesday is the best day of the week for me to come on. It is, in fact, the best day of the week, Uncle Lou. I see what you did there. Should I text you, Lou, to set this thing up, to get this thing rocking and rolling live 8:35? We'll bring on the big dogs. I love how that was definitely a plug to the best day of the week. I love it. Next up for random drug testing, Sheldon. $56-3 Florida. I like that. LSU beats Iowa. Adam says Iowa. Okay. 1-1. Iowa's winning right now by 3. Big board by the Iowa girls. Caitlin Clark's driving. Passes up. Dink and dunk. They didn't get the layup game like that, though. Another Iowa from Levi. There we go. I love it. Well, boys and girls, happy to have you join the show, as always, this beautiful Monday night show. Again, we had a big Saturday, a big Sunday show, so not much going on today, but I did not want to miss our Monday shows. I enjoy talking to you guys, checking in. Obviously, Wednesday should be a banger, especially if Lou is down to come on. I'll hook that up, and we'll talk some ball. I took Iowa -2. I took Iowa money line. So you got more balls than I do, Lou. I should have took -2. I should have done that. That's my bad. I got better odds. I'm an idiot. I should have called Lou. Should have called Lou. Who do y'all go into the men's championship? I think UConn is far and beyond a much better basketball team than people realize. I think NC State's going to miss their matchup with Purdue. I was completely wrong about Purdue with Edey. I think DJ Burns has been eaten, but I think Edey's going to shut that down really quickly. I think Alabama has some great speed. I think they're going to give UConn a challenge, but UConn is just so disciplined, so sound. They are built to win this damn tournament. They are just a good basketball team. But Final Four, anything can happen, and that's why you play the game. So I could see this could be Purdue's year. To be honest with you, this could be where Purdue. If Purdue gets Bama, I like Purdue's odds. If Purdue gets UConn, I think it's UConn all the way. So I am picking Iowa. Can't stand the poor sportsmanship by LU. What's up, Timothy Packard? Bama or UConn? Yeah, I think that's the side that wins it for sure. Speaking of baseball, sort of, anyone notice how the team we beat by 14 and 18 is in the Final Four? Oh, basketball? Yeah. Crush me, right, Brendan? It just all depends on who you line up against, too. Yeah, what in the world was Darnell Stapleton doing while he was here? Yeah, great question, Taylor Renee. Great question. I was wondering the same thing. Given the fact that he was up in that box, I was wondering, who do you expect to possibly enter into the portal after the spring game, Sheldon? We typically would think we would get some buzz on guys moving around. I read somewhere they feel where Damian George might move, but I think that's crazy. We don't need any movements on the O line. I think linebackers is pretty stuck. Maybe one of the older guys. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Genuinely, because we don't know enough. Maybe we'll know more from the spring game. See some guys who are playing. Hopefully nothing crazy. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't know. Saw former highly recruited 4-star offensive tackle from Arkansas enter the portal. Andrew Chamblee would be a nice get, 6'7", 300 pounds. Yeah, I don't think anybody, but we'll see. We will see. All right, boys and girls, appreciate you. I love you. You guys be good. Happy Monday to you all. Go Iowa Hawkeyes, baby.